Let me ask you something about Queen that has not only upset me, but an awful bunch of people.
Good, I'm going to love it.
You're going to love this. Going to South Africa and playing in Sun City.
Oh, yes.
Tell me your attitude about that. I mean, first of all, do you think it was the right thing to do?
I don't know. I still don't know. I think it's a much more difficult question than people give it credit for being. One, I don't think anybody who hasn't been there understands how the place works. One, well, obviously we don't approve of the whole idea of apartheid. It stinks. The fact is we did play in a place where there is no apartheid. This is a fact. We probably sold more records to black people in South Africa than to white people. Records like Another One Bites the Dust and I Want to Break Free were huge hits amongst the black community there. In fact, I Want to Break Free is one of the unofficial anthems of the black people there.
What, the ANC?
The ANC, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and in fact, I saw them the other day on a newsreel on TV singing this beautiful harmony chorus of I Want to Break Free, obviously, you know, why, you know. And when our job is to play music to lots of people, black, white, yellow, any colour. And I'm still not sure. We did think, ooh, maybe we shouldn't have gone. You know, maybe it was a bad thing. But there was certainly no vibe of that when we were down there at all. But let's face it, the place is run by whites. But I mean, I don't know, it's a very difficult one. And I don't know whether we were right or wrong. I'm certainly not going to say, you know, I wouldn't lie about it, you know. I wouldn't sort of back down and say, we were totally wrong. Or I certainly wouldn't say we were right. I'm not sure, actually.
So you feel no guilt about it?
I certainly don't feel guilt, because I know our motives were okay. I certainly don't feel guilt. What I couldn't believe was we got in a bit of trouble with the Musicians' Union here. The only thing that bothered them about it wasn't the moral issue at all that bothered them. The only thing that bothered them was we broke their rule.
Of playing there?
Of playing there. Oh, it's in the rules, and you broke it. Oh, sod your rules.
Yeah, but I'm sure they feel...
I wasn't a musician to be in their poxy union anyway. Actually.
I'm sure they feel that they have a very good reason for it.
Maybe. They didn't present any. They didn't want to argue on any kind of moral standpoint whatsoever. They just wanted to make a point that we'd broken the rules, you know. So,
would you go back there again?
No, I wouldn't. Because I realise now, I think that it would be a very, I don't know, a stupid thing to do. It would be really like we were trying to make a point as, you know, we'll do what we like. And no, I certainly wouldn't.
But is that the only reason you wouldn't go back?
No, I really aren't sure, actually. Perhaps we were wrong in going. I'm not saying we were right in going. I don't know, actually. At the time, we certainly didn't think, we thought we were just going to play to all sorts of people. I think everybody should be free, obviously, but by trying to force an issue, I think it's dangerous and very dangerous. Actually. I don't think we should get involved, really, you know.
Roger Taylor talking about playing in Sun City. I also told Brian May that Queen playing there upset not only me, but also a lot of other people.
Okay, I'll talk till the ends of the earth, because it's upset me too. And I think a lot of people are ready to misjudge us. And upset you, obviously, right? Well, I think we were right to go at the time we went, and I'll explain why if you want. And at the moment, I think we're right not to go. We've said we won't go.
You'll never go back there again?
We won't go back while the present regime exists. But we've said that, to be honest, in response to pressure. And we feel that perhaps our own ways might be better, but we feel that the option's been taken away from us in a way. If you want me to explain, I will.
Please.
All right. Okay, we've been selling records in South Africa, among lots of other places, for a long time. And quite a high proportion of those records were sold to the black and various racial departments down there. And we had lots of offers to go over the last 5-6 years or so. And we'd always said no, because they would have to be to segregated audiences. And we're totally, fundamentally opposed to apartheid. And we said there's no way we're going to go and do that. When the Sun City thing came up, we initially said no, because we'd heard like all these things about it being a front for the regime and everything. And we said no, we don't want any part of that. Then it was gradually explained to us that, maybe there was something to be looked at here. So we sent our own guy down there, who's Jim Beach, to suss it out and see if all their claims were true, see if it was actually multiracial, see if there was actually freedom of access and all the rest of it. Was it separate, etc. He came back satisfied that it was and we should go. So we went. Any race could go equally, under equal circumstances. And so we went. Now, Sun City is... The easiest thing to say, to describe it, is it's like Las Vegas. It's a carbon copy of Las Vegas. It's all slot machines. And the reason that a rock group goes there, from the promoter's point of view, is to bring people to his slot machines. It's exactly why people book Tom Jones to Las Vegas. He's there as a magnet to draw people in. And so the promoter was using us to a certain extent, but that's normal. We were using him in a sense because we were able, by this means, to get to an audience which we would never otherwise be able to get to, because we couldn't play in South Africa proper. Because we weren't allowed to play under the conditions that we wanted. So we went, we played, and talked to a lot of people, spoke our minds, said we were anti-apartheid, and we thought it was wrong and unacceptable. And we were received with open arms by everyone that we spoke to. I don't think there was one word of criticism. Nobody said we shouldn't have come. Everybody said, you're very brave to come because we know there's a lot of pressure on you not to come. And we respect you for coming and making your own conclusions about it. And a lot of people thought that by being there, we were able to build bridges. And by increasing the exchange between the countries, we were able to make apartheid gradually less and less acceptable. And it's very noticeable if people spoke to us about it. If we said, can we go to these discos, can we go to Johannesburg, can we do all this, They were very shy about saying that any of it would be segregated, and they wouldn't take us to those places, kind of thing. And I think that's a great thing, because more and more, as interaction takes place, less and less does it become acceptable for people to have these ideas, which are contrary to basic human rights, And that's our whole philosophy as regards playing. We feel that music transcends barriers and shouldn't be kept apart by the barriers. Music builds bridges. Music brings people to people. And in as much as we can be a part of that in a small way, that's what we're going to do. So I make no apologies for the fact that we went. I think we achieved a lot. We even got national press saying how opposed to apartheid we were, which I think very few people can claim to have done. We went, we did it, and we're not going back at the moment, as things are.
But the insinuation there Brian made from Queen is that actually Sun City isn't as intolerable as has been made out.
I think a lot of people have come to conclusions about Sun City who have never been there, certainly, who don't know what it's like. Sun City, we were there. It wasn't just going in and playing one night and coming out. We were there for a period, and we played a number of concerts. And again, it's like, I think it was about 3 weeks or so. And again, it's like Las Vegas. If you play Las Vegas, you're there. You play to people at night, and you get up in the morning, and you see them in the street. It's a weird kind of feeling. You suddenly become almost uncomfortably a part of the world that goes on.
So if this pressure didn't exist for you not to go back, do you think you would?
It's a big question. Things have changed a lot since we went, of course, as well. Things have got more polarised. I think it's 18 months ago. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. We haven't talked about it because we came to the conclusion that it would be wrong for us to go at this point, because it would appear that we weren't supporting the people who were... As I say, we have very strong feelings. And we've talked about them to everyone, including Little Steve and including the United Nations. And nobody's got us on any blacklists. They're all satisfied that we did it for the right motives. And that in order to help these people, we've said that we won't go again. I have misgivings. I have a feeling that maybe it's not the right way, but it's kind of too late. There's an avalanche already falling, and no one can stand in the way of it. And if I want to say one last thing, it is that it would be very easy for me to just say, okay, I'm sorry, it was a mistake, we shouldn't have done it. That would be the easiest thing, but I think that would be moral cowardice, because I don't believe it, and I would rather tell the truth, which is, we acted according to our own consciences and we stand by that. At the same time, we stand by what everyone else is doing now.